Hi, my name is Frank Kiel. I've been with Regional Radio Sports since the beginning, back in 1992. I am the statistician for the Regional Radio Sports Network broadcast team with Paul Condry and Steve McIntyre. What I like most about Regional Radio Sports is the people and the relationships that I've been able to build over the past 20 years, the relationship that I've had with Paul over that time, and he encourages strong relationships with each other and just the family atmosphere that has been created here, and the fact that we root for each other and that we care about each other's success and that we're not trying to climb over one another and compete with one another. That's what really has made Regional Radio Sports a success over the last 20 years. Most memorable broadcast moment, there's several, of course, in 20 years. The game right after 9/11 comes to mind, where it was a very emotional time, of course, for the whole country, and you almost felt like you should be there, but you shouldn't be there doing the game between Michigan City and Maryville. And the national anthem that day was probably the most memorable national anthem I've heard in my entire life, and it was probably the only time I've cried over the national anthem. And it was just a very emotional time. There's been some other moments since then, obviously, that have been memorable. One of the most memorable games that I had a chance to help do was these 5A state finals between Carmel and Center Grove, when Center Grove came back in the fourth quarter and defeated Carmel and won the state championship. It was really quite a comeback and it was just an outstanding game. And I thought as a team we did an outstanding job. I felt it was maybe to this day our best state championship game, broadcasting a game. Funny story, well, in 20 years there's several, and I'm not sure if Steve McIntyre or Paul mentioned this, but we were out at Portage one year, and it was the last game of the regular season. A lot of times the last games of the regular season don't have a lot at stake, and I don't think there was much at stake in this one. It was toward the end of the game, and it was a very windy game. And we were broadcasting, and the game, I think, was out of reach anyway. And all of a sudden, we noticed on the other end of the field that the Portage people were trying to deflate the large helmet that the team runs through. And in the process of trying to deflate the helmet, it came untethered. And here's this giant Portage helmet bounding around along the track. Meanwhile, Paul and Mac are watching this instead of paying attention to the game like they're supposed to, the professionals that they are, and they are just cracking up, and they lost it. It was one of those moments where they just lost it, and it was hilarious. But we had some dead air time during that time where they were trying to catch their breaths. I had to jump in, I think, and call a couple of plays just to let the people at home know that the game hadn't stopped because this helmet was bouncing around in the field. So that was quite a